G'day and welcome to the Jade Rat. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm feeling really weird today, so we're gonna film this tag video. And this is a fresh tag. I saw it from the creator of the tag, which is it's Shey, and it's called the Perfect Fit tag. And she went on to describe how a lot of the tags aren't created from within YouTube. And she wanted to sort of promote how people, content creators, sort of get inspiration from YouTube and how we can sort of promote that creation. And so the tag essentially is called the Perfect Fit, and it is designed to find videos that really suit you, match your personality, and they incorporate elements of sort of traditional booktube things, so book hauls, bookshelf tours, whatever. So that's all I'll do for the intro because I'm rambling for too long. So the first one is the TBR category. And I'm going to pick Elliot Brooks' popular books I haven't read. So I don't actually watch a lot of TBR videos because I'd much rather get someone's opinion of what they've already read than whether or not they're excited to read a particular book. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's a deal. So Elliot Brooks is not someone I'm subscribed to, but someone I definitely really appreciate for her interest in fantasy. So I like fantasy, and I generally tend to read a lot of sort of older fashioned fantasy. So it was very interesting to get a perspective of a fantasy fan who reads a lot more of that sort of modern books. And so to pick a video of where she points out books that she hasn't read. So it's not essentially a TBR, it's something that's like, maybe I should read these. And it was really interesting because a couple of the books that she had pointed out were also books that I have read, and I was like, hey, maybe it would be interesting to see her thoughts. So I sort of got that same excitement and vibe from a TBR video. And that's why it's in this category. And especially books like Song of Ice and Fire, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Naruto, Pride and Prejudice. Those are the books that she hadn't read, but I had. So it's sort of interesting to see whether people should get into something or join the fandom that you belong to. Next, we've got the book haul. I also don't watch book haul videos. Once again, I find that I don't really care if you bought the book. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as you've read it or experienced the thing, then that makes sense. So I actually went out and searched for a book haul. I don't actively look for them. So I actually went and I found a channel, fairly new channel, called North Garden Comics, and the presenter is called Chris, and he's recently started sort of comic booktube channel, and a lot of them are hauls, and it's about collecting comics. And the one that I saw in particular was called episode 16 from his series Comic Book Adventures, and he actually looks for comic books that are in people's garages and during garage sales. So he finds them for, $1, 50 cents, 25 cents. And it's really interesting to see how we don't have to splurge on so much just to get what we want or collect something. Quite often, someone else's trash can also be your treasure. Cool. So next we do a wrap up. So I do watch wrap up videos, but I have really terrible like commitment for subscribers that I'm like for people that I'm subscribed to. So one person who I've sort of consistently watched, or semi-consistently, which is better than most, is actually Chanel Time. So Chanel from Chanel Time. And she does a lot of really interesting wrap-up videos. And the one that I picked is Goodreads Actually Trash? Books that were almost perfect, plus Face Crate July unboxing. That's a really long title. But yeah, that was the wrap up that I really like. I like to know what people consider to be good. And so a wrap up of all your 4-star, 5-star books is really interesting and useful, especially because Chanel has very different sort of literary tastes to what I have. So it's very interesting to see what she likes, and how, maybe if I ever wanted to venture out into a different genre, she could be someone that I would look towards for interesting recommendations. Next is the Rant review. I like Rant reviews. I think it's because I'm someone who like rants internally about things I don't like. So to have someone do it externally, it's really, I don't know, interesting to see. But I'm picking Lily C Reads, and actually the video that a couple of videos that I remember and I talk about, she's actually removed. And I think it's really wise to sort of tone down that extreme negativity, especially in this day and age. But a couple of her rant reviews are incredibly entertaining, and as an Australian, there's this sort of Australian anger that is so well encapsulated in Lily's expressions, in her words. And I believe there were like some like cheesy contemporary romance books that she was ranting on about, and how they always have like some random plot hole that the author seems to overlook. But that is what I really enjoy. Next, we've got the traditional review. I don't watch a lot of traditional book reviews, largely because I like to formulate my own opinion before looking out for others. But for comic books, however, I do like other people's opinions, and this one is a series actually by Totally Not Mark. I've mentioned that Totally Not Mark in my One Piece video, but he did a blind review for One Piece, and the way that he spoke about it was very, very interesting because, as someone who grew up with the series, you sort of get that sort of nostalgic rose tinted glasses that you don't really see the flaws in it, or you purposefully choose to ignore it, whereas Totally Not Mark definitely points them out. So he goes through the series. He's up until chapter 500 and something so far, so he's got about 6 or 7 videos, but they are broken down in a way that a literature review is broken down. It's not sort of like a exciting TV show, everybody picks their own favorite character and you don't really care about the plot holes because everything's so awesome and it's about pirates. But he actually goes and breaks down especially character points that make the main character that character. A lot of the time people tend to, especially those who are into sort of anime and manga, tend to gloss over certain significant plot points that are very important for character development. A lot of people want to see, plot driven, or like they want to see the new fight, they want to see these team ups, they want to see Goku versus whoever, right, in Dragon Ball Z. But with Totally Not Mark, he really looks into smaller character moments that really enrich that series, and he looks at it as as someone who's never seen One Piece before, and also someone who's viewing the series as a piece of literature, as opposed to sort of this episodic serial thing that, you know, we all grew up and love. So it was very interesting to see. Next, bookshelf. Bookshelf tours. I don't really watch bookshelf tours once again, largely because my bookshelf is crammed and it's very messy. Not messy, like it's not organized in any particular way. It's there to hold the books. So I don't watch a lot of bookshelf tours, but I do like the Do I Have That Book challenge. And this one is particularly by Haley in Bookland. And she has this really nice color coordinated bookshelf, and then she goes and picks out books that have deckled edges or have the same initials as you, the author does, or something like that, or has a title that has a particular number of letters. And you know, you get to see the full array of the bookshelf, and you get to see how she's color coordinated each of the spines, and it's so you know, enrapturing to see how people have organized their books. And it's almost like looking at it like a really aesthetic library. So that's what I liked. Next, bookshelf booktube newbie tag. Now I actually was introduced to the creator of this tag, Hey It's Shey, through the booktube newbie tag. And I would like to, I'd like to point out botanical reads, and her name is Jasmine, and I remember her booktube newbie tag, and it was around the same time that Shey actually started, and it was really interesting to see how people express their interest for books. I just stand in front of like my phone and talk and then get confused. But you know, other times you can see someone like Botanical Reads. She sets it up so beautifully from the get-go. It's so aesthetic. There's this wonderful sort of yellow and peach, or even like a dark coral color, and it's like this really warm summery aesthetic. It's so nice and gentle and pleasing, and it's really something you want out of books, because they should be like relaxing and calming, and that's what I like. And we got second last, Wildcard. Wildcard is Read with Cindy. Anyone who knows Read with Cindy will know why. I suppose that's it. She's just funny, and she's very blunt, and sort of she's got this no holds barred sort of way of looking at the world. Like, okay, you know, this is why this is what should happen. And she also reads a lot of books that I wouldn't traditionally read, and it sort of, in a sense, especially for like the young adult books, I just get her to read it instead of me, so I can say, okay, you can experience it and I'll just experience it alongside you. So I don't have to go out of my way to look for these young adult novels myself. So Read with Cindy for the wildcard. Next, last one is new ideas. And Shey mentioned it was something how you would like something different to sort of meld into the existing booktube repertoire. And the one I would pick for this is Caleb Joseph, or previously known as Insane Reader. I love the name. That's what got me into it originally. But Caleb sort of, he likes to blend this sort of slight sort of entertainment aspect of it, you know, doing dress ups or acting it out almost, and you get to see his dog. That's cool. I'm always happy to see the animals. And he also does one thing that I really think a lot of people, I think Cindy does this too, is to incorporate their own writing or view their generally combined hobby of reading and writing together. So Caleb sort of reads out his old writings, and that would be something that I'd really like to see, in the sense that I was always of the belief, especially when I was younger, that the reason why people are so good at writing is that because they read a lot, or at least that's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty good at English, so it must be because I read generally more than my peers. But I would like to see it go the other way around. So, does writing make you a better reader, and how does that work? And of course, Caleb makes it entertaining, so it's really nice to see. Anyway, I don't know what I just like flew through that. And yeah, okay, cool. I think we're done. Thank you. If you're watching this, you're tagged. You can make it. And go check out Hey It's Shey for the original video. I think that's about it. Anyway, subscribe if you want. Don't have to. I'm all good. And my hair's really annoying. And I will see all of you next time when I can be bothered, and hopefully not when we're in a state of emergency next time, but you never know. Cool. All right, bye.